Hello, everybody. I don't have any music playing for the extra spooky, extra creepy. Hello, hello, hello. Hex is currently getting some water. And hi, everyone. We got some creepy stories for you today. We got a little bit of stories from No Sleep and Creepypasta, and I'm so excited. How are you? Hmm? He's always getting his water. He's got to be a hydrated little boy, a hydrated young man. Hello, everybody. Today's stream is going to be a little bit more cozy. This is definitely one of those streams that I encourage you to rewatch whenever, wherever. And I wanted to talk to everybody for a little bit before we begin with Hex. Hello, welcome everybody. If you are a sickling and you're coming in to see me, hi. I'm really, really excited to be streaming for you today. I'm excited to do a little bit of reading. I don't get to do it nearly enough on stream. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I'm excited for this collaboration. Hello, hi. I had a coffee, so I am trying my hardest not to get too excited because reading things gets me excited. Now I'm gonna repeat this when Hex comes in, but I am very scared. I did not read a lot of creepy pastas. I have read a lot of SCP, and that's definitely things that I know a lot about. But creepy pastas is not something I really dived into. So a lot of these creepy pastas I will be discovering for the first time ever. And I'm excited. I hope I get to discover some really, really good ones with Mr. Hex Haywire today. This should be good. I hope so too. Let me know if my voice is loud enough. And unfortunately, I cannot be using the ASMR mic because the weather is way too hot. It is way too hot and humid, and I need my air conditioning on. We're going to be feeling scared. I'm excited. I'm excited. My voice is a bit quiet. I'll turn it up. I'm excited to get scared. I have a dark room with books ready to go, ready to be right there. But first, how is everybody doing today? I do wonder, maybe in a year from now or in 6 months from now, if I'm going to be seeing comments on this video that are going to say, "Who's here watching from Halloween 2024? Who's here watching from Halloween 2025? Hello, Nina. I am from the future. It is October 2023, and I am spooked. Hmm? I am very spooked by everything happening. You made yourself some tea? Nice. I have a little bit of tea with honey. I have a little bit of water. And I have some wine that I don't know. I might open it up. I'm not sure. You're glad the VODs will be staying. Me too. Me too. Now, for anybody curious, we're going to be doing just a very quick Zatsu before Hex comes back. He told me it's okay to just go live, not even worry, no need to delay, that I can just go live right now and spend some time with the sicklings. And honey bunnies, just like we had the collab with Mello yesterday, if you are looking for a cozy deep voice streamer to watch in the mornings, Hex streams just a few hours before me. So I hope you do enjoy. I have him linked below so you'll be able to find him if you somehow don't already know Hex. And same thing with Meloko from yesterday. I'm excited. And hello to you if you're watching from the VOD. Although I have a confession. When I watch from the VOD, I just skip to when the video starts. I'm sorry. I'm one of those. I'm one of those. And yes, so the VODs, I've explained it, but I'm going to say it again. I don't mean I've explained it in a negative way. I just mean I've said it and I'm going to say it again. I have asked management to keep all my videos and all my VODs, okay? So if in a year or 2 or 3 my VODs end up being privated or go down, that's on NIJISANJI and not on me. All right? They've told me that I can keep them on for as long as I want. And remember, it's their responsibility now. So if it's forever, it's forever. If it's not forever, it's not forever. Hex is always late, confirmed. Well, I'm not. That's good. Also, for the Supas, I have disabled the alerts for today. I know you've been spoiling me a lot and you've been so generous, but for this stream to be a little, let me actually disable the membership ones as well. In order for the stream to be extra spooky, I did lower all of the alert volumes because I really, really want today to be spooky and not have anybody get scared and not have anybody kind of get a little jump scare. So you can still, super chat and I will be very grateful. But please know you have spoiled me like crazy. And oh my God, I had you muted just in case, but you scared me. All right,
Hi,
let's
everybody.
see how loud you are compared to me. All right.
Okay.
Let's show him inside. Hello.
I'm sorry if I interrupted anything. Hello.
No. How is Hex compared to me? Loud, not loud.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm so excited to be here.
Me too. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for wanting to collaborate before I go.
Of course.
And he's loud. Let me turn you down a bit. And people were saying, actually, people were asking me about creepypasta, but I was telling folks, and I'm going to say it again, you are actually going to be introducing me to a lot of creepypastas. I have not read I've read a lot of SCP, but I have not read a lot of creepypastas.
Ooh.
I'm excited. So you're going to be a little bit more in control here.
Yeah. I'll be guiding you. I will be your guide. I'm not super well versed on it, but I do have a little bit of knowledge. So it was actually, you've heard of the term copy pasta, right? Like,
yes.
All those silly ones. Copy pasta came first.
Okay.
And then creepypasta followed. And it was kind of like, it's a horror related legend, which is like, shared around the internet. And it's basically been a term for anything horror story related. And I'm so excited to share this with you.
And this you told me, but I didn't realize that an SCP actually came from creepypasta. I did. I mean, it makes sense, but I never pinned the two together.
Yeah, it's like I do believe it's the origin. I might be wrong though. That's just what my memory.
I have an extremely ancient copy pasta that I'm gonna say really quickly.
Okay, do it.
Does anybody remember diddle your dongers or raise your dongers?
What the fuck?
Raise your dongers, everybody. That was like a League of Legends copy pasta from ages ago.
Raise your dongers.
Raise your dongers. And then people put the little emojis. Hold on. Now it's a little lower. Now it's a little higher. I swear it's like, when you have water running, I moved you by one little decibel. Not even. By one little smidge. Okay.
Oh no, I think I disconnected. Hello.
Oh no. Hold on.
Let me reconnect. Hold on.
Yeah, yes. Hold on. Let me testing 1 2 3. Sorry for that. We're having some technical difficulties. That's when it's extra spooky.
Yeah.
Okay, technical difficulties are extra spooky.
The ghost.
All right. One more time. Okay. Volume on Hex. Yes, exactly like that. Raise your dongers.
Raise your dongers. Wait, how old is this one? It's like from League of Legends, right?
10 years old. I remember being there. I think it's like 2013, 2012, Twitch television. He used to play for Dignitas. He had long hair. I'm a Cutie Pie, I think his name was.
I love I'm a Cutie Pie.
Yeah. And he came up with that meme. And
Raise your dongers was
Raise your dongers.
I'm a Cutie Pie.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Or maybe I thought he made it, but maybe he adopted it. Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. Oh yeah. But he probably made it famous because he was like the face of League for a while.
He was the face of the dongers for the longest time.
He was the face of the dongers, yeah.
It was from the name Heimerdinger, right? Because Heimerdinger was really troll, and I think he would like play him sometimes. But he was an ADC main, huh? All right.
Interesting.
Before we begin,
Raise your dongers.
I just want to say I am very new to everything spooky because I
Mhm.
genuinely get scared. Like I've said this before when I was my goodness hex, I think 25 years ago, I watched an
Mhm.
episode of The X-Files where this is really embarrassing to admit, but
Okay, wait
I
a
watched
minute.
this episode of The X-Files where basically it was
Mhm.
like a little worm alien living in the toilet. And every time you would
Mhm.
go to like pee or anything, you would
Oh, that's
cover the
scary.
lid.
Yeah.
And because of that, it would come out and eat you. I made my parents stand like I would make them stand in the toilet room and like just turn to the wall. I would turn the lights off. I would not put my butt on the toilet. I was too scared for years after
Oh,
this.
Nina.
And some days I still think about that. Like some days I'll be, doing my business and I'll
Doing
be
your
like,
business and
oh my
think about
goodness,
them.
what if that worm comes
It's
at me
okay.
now?
It's okay. I'm the same. I know this is gonna sound silly, but I'm the same way with mirrors. Because when I was a kid, mirrors are like a famous horror movie trope, right? Like where you see the
Mm-hmm.
mirror and there's always something
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
you
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
everything.
Oh my God.
I was afraid to look in the mirror for the longest time. I would refuse to sleep in a room with a mirror.
Really?
Mhm.
I got really
Yeah.
scared of mirrors when I was pretty young because apparently something and this is just like not in every culture it's this thing, but basically if somebody dies,
Mm.
that's and I've heard this before being said, if somebody dies, their soul will kind of roam the earth. And if they lived in that place for a significant amount of time, you should cover the mirrors for 40 days because they can catch their reflection in the mirror and then stay haunting the place.
That's spooky. I like that.
Right? It's
I like
so
that.
it's
I
so
like that.
spooky. So when we had family members pass away,
What
we would
the
cover
heck?
the mirrors for 40 days in order
Really?
to
Did you do
Mhm.
that too in your
Yeah, yeah,
house?
that's why I'm saying,
That's
right? Like
so
we used
cool.
to do that and
That's so cool.
yeah, it's scary. It's scary. I've
That's
also heard in
spooky.
like local like not local, but those legends that apparently the reason you should not have a mirror in your room is because witches can use it to scry or to see inside of your room and to spy on you. That's
Ooh,
how
it's so
they
funny
so
because I have a mirror
Mhm.
right to my right now, and like it's in
Stop.
my room.
Stop.
Ooh, I'm
Ooh.
scared.
Uh, okay, wait. I don't know if you know this story, but I
Okay,
actually
tell me,
think
tell me.
I got haunted before, and I genuinely
I
believe
need to hear
I
this. Tell
scared
me.
off. Okay, all right, everybody. The stories are coming in a bit. So years ago, I lived with roommates, and I was living in the
Okay,
basement, and the
okay,
roommates
okay.
they would genuinely be freaked out going in the basement where I lived. And it wasn't just,
Mm,
basements are always creepy, but my roommate would say she would have fear and like heart palpitations, like she would get panic attacks or she would feel nauseous being in the basement. And when I told my mom about this, she really had freaked out. So she found this like, I don't know, priest person, whatever. And they came into my apartment. They were like,
mm,
yeah, I do believe this is haunted. Um, and then I don't remember what it was, but I just always felt fairly okay. And then at one point, I
mm,
just started telling. So the way that I started treating it was, I forgot what exactly I read or where I saw it, or maybe I think that the priest or person told me, like, so something about if I'm feeling comfortable, but then other people feel uncomfortable, it's usually because it's like feeding off of my negativity. So if I just give it negativity, it can quote unquote like transmute it or change it. This is just stuff that I heard. Do I know
yeah,
it's real?
yeah.
I don't know. So you know what I
Mm,
started doing?
mm.
I started being like, hey, what's up, demon? It's me. Today, this girl at work was such a freaking bitch.
That's
And you know what?
so
She's
fucking
mad
sweet.
because apparently when her partner came to my store, he was talking to me, but I mean, is it my fault? I'm just being myself.
Oh
You know,
my
and I
god,
started
that's
just
so
complaining
sweet.
to this ghost about my day. I treated it as a diary. And I would just vent. I would be
Oh,
like, I'm really upset. No, 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 no. And then eventually, I think the ghost left. I'm not even kidding. Because then people started going to the basement, they were fine. And I believe I scared off this demon ghost with my
I
woman
yeah.
complaining.
No, I think that might have like some solid like there's like some solid foundation to that, because I do believe that they do feed off like negative energy. They need a host, and if they feed off like negative energy, then why wouldn't they be fucking appalled by you being positive and being
I
like,
wasn't
oh, you're my
positive. That's
friend
the
now?
thing. I was negative to them, but I think maybe if I wasn't talking about my problems, they were kind of holding on inside me and they were creating this like negative, I don't know, energy. But
Yeah,
once I
yeah, yeah,
talk
yeah.
about them, it's like, oh my goodness, this happened today and I'm really pissed off. But then because I talked about it, I'm feeling better.
That
So I
makes
think just
sense.
maybe eventually, like all my
That
trauma
makes
dumping,
sense.
the demon was
Oh,
like, I'm done. I've had
that's so
enough.
sweet. What the fuck? I like that. That's a sweet story.
And it
I'm
just,
gonna
yeah.
think of that now.
So that's what some people are saying. You talked away their source of feeding. I
Mm,
do, think
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
they were just feeding on me bottling things inside of me and me holding on to pain or negativity. So yeah,
Mm.
that's my only experience. But has Scarlett talked to you about her ghost?
Oh yeah, she's mentioned her ghost in
Oh my goodness.
her little room. Yeah, I've
That was
had I've
not
had
like
some
that.
pretty insane experiences too.
Really?
I've
Like
told
what?
my chat about this.
Tell us.
Uh,
And then we'll do a story
you want to
after.
know? The
Tell
honey
me.
bunnies want to know too. You think they want to know?
Of course they do. Honey bunnies, what do you
Okay,
think? Hmm? Wait. Give
okay,
them a little bit
okay,
more time. Let them work for it.
okay.
After your
What do you say,
story,
honey
we're gonna
bunnies?
read a story each.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm
Okay.
excited.
So this is long. Whenever I tell this story, it's always like a campfire kind of
Mm.
story, that takes a little while. But I'll give you the shortened version.
Hmm.
Basically, when I was younger, I always say my age. I was like 17, 18, however many years ago this was, right? I basically went to a place that was very cold. It's colder than the main city that I live in. It's much colder, but it was in the burial grounds of like a World War II. There was lots of bad stuff that happened
Oh
here.
no.
Lots of really saddening things happened.
Oh no.
And we lived in my family liked to stay in this specific, like, it was like a lodge, like a
Hmm.
camping lodge of sorts, but it was a big camping lodge. So it wasn't like just a small one with a few houses. It was like a really nice one, and it was established for 100 years ago.
Hmm.
And I went, growing up, I've been through so many different rooms because I've been able to stay there. So some rooms would be available, some rooms wouldn't be available. And one time when I was around 17 or 18, I went and, checked in. It was with my parents, and they asked the concierge, like, hello, we'd like a room. And we were wondering why on the website it said that this room was cheaper than the most. The view was okay. It was a room, and I think it was on the fourth floor. It was like 413 or something. Why is this cheaper than the rest of the rooms when you're fully booked during the
Yeah.
season
Yeah.
usually?
Hmm.
And they said something like, oh, well, the view isn't the best, but it still has, like, it still had all the amenities and everything. Like, we
Hmm.
were so confused. So we checked in, and the moment you entered the room, the energy was just different.
Ah.
The air
It
was
different in
so
what way?
heavy.
Oh.
The air was heavy. There were
Hmm.
cold spots in the house that just were colder than usual.
Oh.
But this is a very crazy story, and the Sicklings know this. If
Hmm.
because I told this like 4 months ago on the stream, but it got to the point where things definitely were weird. I'm
Okay.
gonna just speed the story up.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was a
Yeah. Yeah.
TV basically.
Uh huh.
There was a TV at night. My cousin was with us. So it was my cousin, uh, another family member, and my parents. So my parents took one room. My cousin and my other family member took the other room. I was left on the couch in the living room with the TV. The TV would turn on and off by itself.
No. 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 That's creepy.
Yeah, and it would be staticking. It would be staticking. So eventually, I was so scared out of my mind, I decided to unplug it.
Mm-mm.
And then I unplugged it. I went back to sleep. I woke up 2 minutes later from the TV still turning on, despite there being no power. So it turned on for like, and it didn't turn on for like a minute or something exaggerated, but for about 15 seconds without any power, it just turned on.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, so that's one part of the story, right? I'm starting to see now the curtains move despite all of the doors being shut and closed. And keep in mind, this is colder. It's a very cold place, so we didn't want to keep any of the doors open because I would catch a cold. So there was wind coming from somewhere that I could not see. And the curtains were old, you know, they must have been 20, 30 years old, moving and drifting in the room without any wind. And then I still don't believe this specific part. I've seen it, and I wasn't like a child or anything. Again, I was 17, 18. But I saw with my own two eyes that there was a figure 8 feet tall just across the hallway, intersecting the two rooms. And it had limbs that were long as like tree branches. And its head was so tall that it had to arch its neck just to be able to fit into the room. And if that and I couldn't believe it. You know how in those horror movies where you just blink and then it disappears upon your eyes opening? It wasn't. It didn't disappear. It didn't disappear for a while. It stood there for 20, 30 seconds. I knew what I saw. And it was so pitch black, but your eyes adjust in the dark. So I was just staring at it, completely confused. I turned around, was so terrified, and then after 20, 30 seconds, I looked back and there was nothing. Okay, so that was the story, but it doesn't end there because one of my family members came into the room at 3 a.m. and they were like, I was like, why are you here? And they said, there was something opening the door. Like the doorknob was just moving.
Oh my
I was like, what do you mean the doorknob was just moving? It's like, you were trying to get in, right? The doorknob was just moving, like violently shaking. And this was where the ghost was intersecting the two rooms between, you know, where they were sleeping. And I told them the whole story. We freaked out. Then my cousin comes into the room. And she says, we were asking, like, why are you there? We were spooked out of our fucking minds. And she said, when you left, the bed covers in your bed just started moving. Like the covers on your bed started moving, and I thought that you were there. And when I opened up the bed covers, there was nobody there. So my cousin came, and we all, I don't know how, but we fit 3 human bodies on that couch.
Yeah. You all just cuddled. You were.
We fucking slept sitting down at that point. We just needed to be together.
That is.
So yeah. The next day we transferred rooms, and then we found out that, I don't know, but I think my parents found out, and they never told us, but they found out that somebody had a young lady had unfortunately died in that room due to self-inflicted wounds. So it was insane. And we were right next to a pet cemetery as well, and all of these different places. So that was my paranormal experience. That's the only one I have, but it's very vivid. And even if I was 17 or 18, I still don't believe
you're
that
old
actually
enough.
happened to me.
You're old enough to know. You know,
Yeah.
Do you ever
and to have 2 other people tell me like they had something that
corroborate your
too.
story?
Oh yeah.
But that's my story.
Oh my god, I hate it. Thank you. I hated it. I just. Do
I
you ever know
fucking hate it.
people who are like, I want to go to this haunted place and stay? I do not F with that. I genuinely, I'm not sure whether I believe in ghosts or not. Like, I do think something must be out there, but I am not effing with it. I am respectful. I am not effing with it. If somebody's like, hey, let's go to this haunted place and stay overnight, you have fun. You do that. I'm good.
I get you.
You do that.
Yeah, you tell me that you've never seen anything and you don't know something's out there, but I assure you, after tonight, Nina, you will know.
Okay, sorry. I just had to scare you a little bit before.
That's one thing I am so grateful about is like, I think like out of all the quote unquote gifts you can have, the gift of vision, I am already kind of half blind. I lost my glasses. I make this joke on stream. I lost my glasses 15 or so years ago. I don't have new ones. I don't need to see. I don't need to see. It's fine. If I do
That's so
maybe
funny.
see a ghost in my head, I'm like, oh, it's just my blurry vision being
Just your blurry vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here with all the demons, but I just think it's my blurry vision. I'm good like that.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You have Reimu in your gen, you know? I mean, it's not. It's bound to happen.
She protects me. But
Yeah,
I
but
do
you have good
not
spirits.
mess around with that. I do not I do not mess around with it. I do not check.
Mm,
My mother is like very much into this kind of stuff. And
mm,
I've talked about it a little bit before, but actually let's read a story or two and then we'll talk a little bit more. Okay?
okay, sure, sure,
Because
sure.
otherwise
I'm
we're
down for
just
that.
gonna talk forever and we're never gonna get into a story.
That's true. Would have been, but I'll do anything with you.
Do
Okay,
you
we
have a
should read.
story you want to start with?
Okay, I want to start with Candle Cove because
Mm-hmm.
there's like it's like the way it's organized is it's like
Mm-hmm.
different emails being sent back and forth. So
Ooh.
maybe
We each
yeah, if
read
you
an
look at
email?
it, we'd each do an email.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Hmm. We can give different voices to these characters too.
Would you like to start the main reading and then start the oh, I guess should we start with just the overview then or should we do the it comes most often at night that as well? What do you think?
Um. hmm, I think we start with the overview first so people know what we're getting into. So if you're sensitive to these things, there might be some sensitive
Yes.
elements.
Yes.
Be careful. But
Would
let
you
me
like
read
to
this
do
to
the
you.
honors? Yeah, I'm listening. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
No, okay, I'll do the honors.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll do the honors on this one and then you can do the
Yeah.
it comes most often at night. Okay.
Mhm. And we'll switch voices
So
for the email so we don't get tired.
yes, exactly.
Yay! I'm excited.
So Candle Cove.
Mhm.
Candle Cove is a widely known and popular creepypasta
Mm.
about a fictional television series recollected by a number of posters on a childhood nostalgia forum. As the posters share their recollections, the things they collectively remember become more and more sinister, with the characters featured clearly being unsuitable for children's viewing.
Your voice is so
Notable
good for this. I'm already thrilled. Already
notable examples are the laughing stock,
Mhm.
the boat that is alive and sports a huge mouth, Horace Horrible, a one-eyed character with two large teeth, and most famously, a skeleton known as the Skin Taker, who wears the flesh of children over his naked bones. Hardly Sesame Street, isn't? So that's just an overview. If this is something you're sensitive about, please be careful. But Nina,
Mhm.
please do me the honors and read the "It comes most often at night" portion.
All right. It comes most often at night. That niggling memory gnawing in some
Yeah.
corner of your mind like a rodent chewing the corners of the dry wall. The memory of some brightly lit cartoon funland or a world of puppets. A memory of a TV show you would watch, seated cross legged on the living room floor with the fixed, enthusiastic attention only a child can give. Attention that you wish now you perhaps hadn't given so freely. For there is something about that show, something about that discordant music, the details of the characters, their motivations and the storylines, the fixed maniacal grins that seems, looking back, to be altogether too sinister to be a children's show. You try to block the memory out, and yet, there in the back of your mind, most often at night, the puppet's fixed grin keeps on smiling.
I'm gonna need every anime studio Hoyoverse if you're watching this right now. Where are our contracts? We have two amazing voice actors.
We're ready. We're ready. Give us all
We're
your story.
ready.
I swear, if you don't do something like this for Halloween, I will sue any
Oh
color.
please! I own Halloween. Me and Reimu. We own Halloween.
Good.
No, we were gonna do something.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the emails now. But the way that this is
Yeah.
formatted, everybody, just for your reference, is that it's basically showing different emails. So this first one comes from SkyShale033, and the subject is Candle Cove, local kids show.
Would you like me
And
before you start to read all the Sky Shale emails? Because Sky Shale is like every second email. What do you think? Or do you want to
you
have all of them?
wanna? I think. You're
What do you
right.
think is
Actually,
going to be
should I read the
easier on your
SkyShale?
voice? Up to you.
Uh,
I'll get scared while reading. It's exciting.
oh yeah, that's true. I'll do SkyShale. I'll do SkyShale, and then you can. So SkyShale is the first one, and he says, does anyone remember this kid show? It was called Candle Cove. and I think it must have been at 6 or 7. I never found a reference to it anywhere, so I think it was on a local station around 1971, maybe 1972. I lived in Ironton at the time. I don't remember which station, but I do vaguely remember it was on at a weird time, like 4 p.m. or something.
Mm. This email is from Mike_Painter65. Subject RE. Candle Cove Local Kids Show? Question mark. It seems really familiar to me. I grew up outside of Ashland and was 9 years old in 72. Candle Cove. Was it about pirates? I remember a girl marionette at the mouth of a cave talking to a little girl.
Skyshale replies to this and says, yes, okay, I'm not crazy. I remember Pirate Percy. I was always kind of scared of him. He looked like he was built from parts of other dolls. It was real low budget. If I remember correctly, his head was an old porcelain baby doll. It looked like an antique that didn't belong on the body. I don't remember what station this was. I don't think it was WTSF though.
This one is from Jaren_2005. Subject RE. Candle Cove Local Kids Show? Question mark. Sorry to resurrect this old thread, but I know exactly what show you mean. Skyshale. I think Candle Cove ran for only a couple of months in 71, not 72. I was 12 and I watched it a few times with my brother. It was Channel 58, whatever station that was. My mom would let me switch it to it after the news. Let me see what I remember. Okay. It took place in Candle Cove, and it was about a little girl who imagined herself to be friends with these pirates. The pirate ship was called the Laughing Stock, and Pirate Percy wasn't a very good pirate because he got scared too easily. There was a calliope music constantly playing. Don't remember the girl's name, Janice or Jade or something. I think it was Janice.
And then Skyshale goes on and replies, subject RE Candle Cove Local Kids Show? Thank you, Jaren. Oh, God. Memories flooded back when you mentioned the Laughing Stock and Channel 58, of course. I remember the bow of the ship was a wooden smiling face with the lower jaw submerged. It looked like it was swallowing the sea, and God, it had that awful Ed Wynn voice and laugh too. I especially remember how jarring it was when they switched from the wooden plastic model to the foam puppet version of the head, and the head talked.
This one is from Mike_Painter65 from before. Haha, I remember now too. Do you remember this part, Skyshale? You have to go inside.
Skyshale says, oh, Mike, I got a chill reading that. Yes, I remember. That's what the ship always told Percy when there was a spooky place he had to go in, like a cave or a dark room where the treasure was. And I remember the camera would push in on the laughing stock's face with each pause. You have to go inside. With his two eyes askew and that flopping foam jaw and the fishing line that opened and closed it. Oh, it just looks so cheap and awful and creepy. Do you guys remember the villain? He had a face that was just a handlebar mustache, and really tall. He had narrow teeth too.
This one is from Kevin_Hart. I honestly thought the villain was Pirate Percy. I was about 5 when the show was on. Nightmare fuel.
Okay, you can do Jaren too, and I'll do the next two, after that.
Okay. Jaren_2005. That wasn't the villain. The puppet with the mustache. That was the villain's sidekick. Horace Horrible. He had a monocle too, but it was on top of the mustache. I used to think that it meant he had only one eye. But yeah, the villain was another marionette, the Skin Taker. I can't believe what they let us watch back then.
Kevin Hart responds and says, Jesus H. Christ, the Skin Taker. What kind of a kids show were we watching? I seriously could not look at that screen when the skin taker showed up. He just descended out of nowhere on his strings, just a dirty skeleton wearing that brown top hat and cape, and his glass eyes that were too big for his skull. Oh god. Skyshale then goes on to say, and replies, wasn't his top hat and cloak all sewn up crazily? Was that supposed to be children's skin?
Mike
Ugh.
underscore painter 65. Yeah, I think so. Remember, his mouth didn't open and close. His jaw just slid back and forth, but there's a lot of mistakes. I remember the little girl said, "Why does your mouth move like that?" And the skin taker didn't look at the girl, but at the camera and said, "To grind your skin."
Skyshield replies to this and says, I'm so relieved that other people remember this terrible show. I used to have this awful memory, a bad dream I had when the opening jingle ended. The show faded in from black and all the characters were there. But the camera was just cutting to each of their faces and they were just screaming and the puppets and marionettes were flaming spastically. And just all the screaming, all the screaming. The girl was just moaning and crying like she had been through hours of this. I woke up many times from this nightmare. I used to wet the bed when I had it.
From Kevin underscore Hart. I don't think that was a dream. I remember that. I
What?
remember that was an episode.
Skyshield says, no, that's not possible. There was no plot or anything. It was literally just standing in place, crying and screaming for the whole show. That couldn't have been real.
From Kevin underscore Hart. Maybe I'm manufacturing the memory because you said that, but I swear to God, I remember seeing what you described. They just screamed.
Jaren 2005 interjects and says, oh God, I remember it too. The little girl, Janice. I remember seeing her shake and the skin taker screaming through his gnashing teeth, his jaw careening so wildly I thought it would come off its wire hinges. I turned it off and that was the last time I watched it. I ran to tell my brother and we didn't have any courage to turn it back on.
Ugh. From Mike underscore painter. Hold on. I have to.
Take your
Okay.
time. Okay.
I visited my mom today at the nursing home. I asked her about it when I was little in the early 70s. Yeah, okay. In the early 70s when I was 8 or 9, and if she remembered a kids show, Candle Cove. She said she was surprised I could remember that. And I asked why. She said, because I used to think it was so strange that you just said, I'm going to go watch Candle Cove now, Mom. And then you would tune the TV to static and just watch dead air for 30 minutes. You had a big imagination with your little pirate show. Oh.
That was the plot twist. You like it?
I thought at first I was misreading it.
No, because it sounds like the intro, right? It sounds
Yeah,
like it's
that's
the
why I
beginning
was like,
part.
wait a second, give me a moment. I thought I messed up.
No. So I think the lore behind this
Oh,
is
that is
that,
creepy. Oh.
yeah, that they kind of took the show out of the television, but they brainwashed and they manipulated different children, and like a lot of children just ended up watching Dead Air and Static, imagining like
Oh my
Candle
God.
Cove, and yeah,
That was good.
right.
Oh
I think that was
my
pretty fun.
God, that was
It's just a
good
quick
one.
read, but this was like, I think this was from 2008 or 2009, something
that's
like
a-
that. So
When would you
over
say
10 years
copy
ago.
pastas were like at their really, really famous? Around that
Ooh,
time, right?
actually, good
2008,
question.
9, 5.
Yeah. 2009, 2010. I think those were pretty much the golden years of copy pasta, creepy pastas. You
This
like
is
it though?
good. I loved it. Oh, and this is a classic. Oh my
Oh, this one
God.
is
That's what you Oh my God. I love it. That was
It's a
good.
classic.
I didn't see it coming. I'll be honest with you. I was kind of
Mm,
starting to look. I think that's what kind of like hit me a little bit more. I was kind of starting to look for it. I was like, okay,
mm.
when is it going to get creepy? When is it
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
get creepy?
When is it gonna get creepy?
And
Yeah.
then just at the end, like you just stared at the static for 30 minutes. Ah!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the ending of it.
Mm.
I mean, we can do another classic. I think I don't know what Chad would like to hear. Maybe you guys want to hear Jeff the Killer, or maybe
Mhm.
1999.
Also,
I don't
thank
know.
you so much for the Aka Spa. I promise tonight I'm gonna do a little gorilla and catch up on
Yes.
all of them. Thank you for spoiling me. You've
And
been
everyone knows that supers are free at
No.
this stage. You
I
know,
have
everyone
disabled
knows
my
that.
alerts. This is I
Well, it
want
doesn't
this
matter. The
VOD to
supers are
live
still free, everybody.
forever.
That's what
Okay.
we, you know.
I want people to find this VOD at Halloween and then find your channel. And then, so I am very grateful, but I turned off all my alerts. Everybody is saying Jeff the Killer. Is that something I should
Jeff the Killer.
experience?
I think you should. So this one is a little bit odd because out of all of the ones like Candle
Mhm.
Cove, Smile Dog, 19, those were all in 2009, 2010.
Mm.
Jeff the Killer was a little bit more coming of age in 2012, so just over a decade ago.
Let's do the earlier ones. I kind of like the earlier ones.
You want to do the earlier ones?
Yeah,
Okay, we
yeah.
can do one from. We can do Smile Dog.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hey, thank you. I really appreciate you all, but it's time for the spookies, okay?
Okay, okay.
All right,
What do you
let
want
me
to
see.
do? Do you
Uh,
want to do Smile Dog? You want to do
Or
Smile Dog? Or there's one 1999. I
Oh, I
forgot what
see.
1999 was about.
Um,
1999 is a little bit long though. So
I'm
43 minutes
good. I
read.
can read as many. Oh, okay. Let's keep the really long ones for later.
Yeah.
I
We can do
also
Smile Dog
found
for
one
now.
on Reddit that seems not super long. Maybe I can do that one, and maybe you haven't read it. So
Oh yeah.
okay, I'm
Could
gonna
do that.
do one that I found on Reddit. Are no sleep.
Okay. Let's do that.
I'm a 911 operator, and I just had the most terrifying call. 911, what's your emergency? Yeah, hi. This is going to sound kind of strange, but there's a man stumbling around in circles in my front yard. Could you repeat that, sir? He looks sick or lost or drunk or something. I just woke up to get a glass of water and heard snow crunching around underneath my front window. So I peeked out. I'm looking at him now. He's about 10 yards away from my window. Something's
Ooh.
not right. What is your address, sir? 1617 Quarry Lane in Pinella Pass. I'm going to send a squad car your way, but that's quite a ways out. Are you alone in your house, sir? Yes, I'm alone. Can you confirm that all your doors and windows are locked? Stay on the phone with me, please. Okay. I know that my front door is definitely locked, but I'll go check my back door again really quickly. I appreciate your help, by the way. I know this is kind of strange, but I really hope that, sir, sir, are you still there? He's he he's still in the yard. But he's the
Oh.
fuck? He's upside down. Sir,
Oh.
sir, stay on with me. What is happening? He's staring right at me, but
no.
he's standing on his hands now. He's perfectly still, staring straight at me. He's doing a handstand and he's smiling at me and not moving. He's doing a handstand, sir. I don't know how. Yeah, he's facing me and standing on his hands, and he's got this huge fucking smile, and he's perfectly still. What the fuck? Please, someone get someone out here right now. Sir, I need you to remain calm. I put out the call, and an officer is on his way. His teeth are so huge. What the fuck? Please help me. Sir, I want you to try and keep an eye on him, but make sure your back door is locked again. We need to make sure all possible access points are secured. Can you talk me through and confirm that your back door is locked? Okay, I'm walking backwards now, and I'm keeping him in my sight. My hand is on the back doorknob now. It's locked. I need to check the deadbolt, so I'm going to take my eyes off him for a split second. All right, sir. Help is on the way. Just stay on the phone with me. Everything is going to be all right. Sir? Sir, are you still there? His face, it's up against the glass. Sir, I need you to speak up.
no.
What is happening? I looked away for a split second, and now his face, it's pressed up against my front window. His teeth are huge, and he's still smiling. There's no color in his eyes. Jesus, please help me. Why
No.
won't it just fucking move? Sir, I need you to go to the nearest room and lock yourself inside of it. Do you have a basement or a bedroom that you can lock yourself in? He won't stop staring. He's going to hurt me. Sir, I need you to listen to me. Lock yourself somewhere safe
Oh
until the
my
officer
God.
arrives at your house. Can you hear me? Yes, I'm going to lock myself in my room. And you're
my God.
positive that you're alone in your house, correct? Yes, I'm alone in the house. Wait a moment. He's moving. He's shaking his head. He's telling me no. He can hear us. He's telling me I'm not alone.
Oh my God.
Sir? Sir, are you still there? I heard a loud noise. Is everything all right? Sir? That was a cute one. I liked it.
I
liked
hate
it.
I hate how good you can go from panic to customer service voice. That is a fucking crime, Nina Kosaka.
I
That
liked it.
is
That
a
was
crime.
fun.
It wouldn't have been half as scary if you didn't do so well on the voice acting there.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that the twist was gonna be a little punchier. I thought your story was a little punchier.
It doesn't matter
But this
because
is a
your
good one.
execution was so good. How do you go from like panic to like customer service? You know, like
I just
stay on
tried
the
to
call and be
imagine that
nice.
being me. I
I
just
was
imagined that
transported to a
being me.
different place while listening to you there.
I was like, oh my God, he's fucking staring at me. What do I do? Help me,
Oh
please.
no, you sound like, oh my God, it was so good.
Thanks. Oh my
I
God, we're
was
gonna have
like,
so much fun.
maybe it's not completely to your credit because I haven't slept in around 21 hours at this
No. You
point.
can
But
credit me. I did amazing.
okay, she did amazing, everybody. Hoyoverse, we're ready for the contract. You know, where is it?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
Everybody, are your doors locked? Are your windows locked? Make sure.
It's so funny because midway through, I read like 30 comments from the sicklings being like, okay, that's it. Bye bye.
I'm good, Nina. That's a
I'm
little
good.
spooky.
That's a little guys, come on.
Has anybody ever lived on like the first floor? This is actually something that when I was first apartment hunting many years back, my mother always told me, never ever live on the ground floor. Ever.
Oh yeah.
She says like it's people can break it. And again, I don't know if it's true or not, but I always genuinely have this fear because I always have my curtains closed. But you know, you open your curtain and somebody's just staring. Or, okay,
It's terrifying.
you know what I do when I'm walking down the street and people have their curtains open? I
Mhm.
peek in. I want to see what your living room looks like. I want to see what. But then it's creepy when other people do it to me. But I do it to other people. But
It's
imagine
really
if you're
it's
in your
really
living room,
creepy. It's
and
really
somebody's
creepy.
creeping in.
Yeah. I have a little story about this too that I haven't told anybody yet, and you and
Excited.
the honey
Oh,
bunnies and the sicklings are gonna be the first to know.
crime
It's just a short
story.
one,
Mm-hmm.
but there was one time where I was living in a rundown apartment, in the first floor. It wasn't super duper rundown, but it wasn't exactly a grand apartment either. It was
Mm-hmm.
just a small studio apartment, and I lived on the ground floor, like you said. And there was a little balcony outside, like a little small fence, and a little balcony that you could step out on. And generally, the place was nice. But during the nighttime, there were lots of different sussy occurrences, right? People were taking substances that they probably shouldn't have been taking. There's lots of different things and lots of people stumbling outside and potentially drunk and all that. I one day woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of something falling, and I didn't know what it was. I fell asleep soon after. I didn't bother to investigate too much because it sounded like it came from outside, and I knew all of the
Mhm.
doors were locked. But in the morning when I awoke, I checked outside, and I looked all around the apartment. There was nothing. The apartment was small. I couldn't afford anything more than a small studio apartment. But after a while, like as the night came again, that specific the next night, I looked outside into the balcony to step outside and get some fresh air, and I noticed that there were shoes, and they're like directly facing the curtains, and there were cigarettes, and there were like different like syringes and things like illegal, like you know what, I
Oh.
don't know if you know what I mean, but they're like syringes, and like they probably had illegal substances. So
Mhm.
I'm saying that there was somebody outside of my door, or just outside my window, not door but window, who was doing something. And they probably camped outside of my window, and maybe even thought about breaking into. But the idea that somebody left their old shoes,
Right
and
outside your
I used a
window.
syringe, yeah, and an empty bottle, was very terrifying.
Yeah, especially if it's like your first time living alone,
Oh yeah, that was
and you're
exactly it. That
still
was my
like,
first time. Yeah.
maybe 18, 19. Yeah, you're like
Mm-hmm.
not, oh, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. It is a terrifying experience. So your mom is very wisdomous. You mentioned she's a bit superstitious, but she has some wisdom about her. And I think living on the first
Yeah.
floor is pretty scary,
Yeah, yeah,
especially if
yeah.
it's not a safe place. Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard about first floor stories, and like I said, I just naturally when I'm walking look, like if people have no curtains, I'll look and kind of I won't come close to their house to peek, but I'll still kind of peek, and it
Oh
just
yeah, yeah,
makes me
yeah.
wonder like would people be doing the same? But I'm
Yeah.
so sorry
True.
that you woke up and like experienced that. I'd be very scared.
It's okay. That was scary. It was scary, but I have peaked too. Here's a funny story though. I
Uh-huh.
one time peaked, and there was this lady who had she
You
she
peeked
looked like
one
she was
time?
in her
I
like
peeked in
early
high
20s.
school.
What was that?
I made a bad joke. You said one time I peeked, you meant like you looked, and I said I peeked in high school.
Oh my god. That's a pretty good one. Holy shit, I wouldn't have fucking thought of that. Hold on. Let's put some attention to that joke. Hold on. I peaked in high school. I feel that. But
Go on, go on.
but I that was a good one. I'm gonna
Thank
steal that
you.
one for sure.
Do it, it's good.
I'm
It's a
gonna steal
mom
that one,
joke.
and people will be like, "Who did you steal it from?" Well, she's not in the company anymore. I stole
So
it. It's fine.
all her oh, it's like, well, I don't have siblings, but I guess if I ever had older siblings and then they move
Mhm.
out, all their stuff is now mine. Like
True. True.
automatically, sorry. That's kind of
Exactly.
all my
Exactly.
jokes are now yours. All my joke okay, this is also a very old one. All
Mhm.
my jokes are now belong to you.
Oh, what was that?
All
That's
all
like
your
almost like
base
a
are belong
hobby.
to us. It
All
was
your
like
base are belong to
it
us.
was a cheat in StarCraft, I think.
I I thought that StarCraft was the coolest thing, but I never got into it as much as I wanted to.
Hey,
I think it's so cool.
time is honey. You have time.
Yeah, I think like creatures from like Diablo and StarCraft specifically, like Lilith, or like
Stop.
I fucking love how they're designed. I think they're beautifully
For
designed.
context, we just had a conversation about this before the stream.
Yeah, we did.
So
Talking
now
about
you
how cool their
bringing it up,
designs
I'm
are.
like, ah.
Yeah, yeah, well, we did. Okay, what was
Yeah,
my story?
sorry,
God
sorry,
damn it.
sorry.
Okay, so there
Sorry,
was
sorry.
this. I peeked
You peeked through the
into
window?
peeked through a window, and there was this like crazy. There was like this. I literally described it to my friend who was walking with me at the time. I was like, "Bro, check this out. Like, she has a cool ass plant collection."
Mm-hmm.
And like I called her like a crazy plant lady because I
I
was
like
like, yeah,
that.
like a crazy cat lady, but a crazy plant lady. And I was like, low key though, it's a vibe, and I kind of want to get more plants because of her. She inspires me.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, I was trying to. This was like one of the first times I moved into like a small apartment too. And then I got my phone and I tried to log into my Wi-Fi, and she was my neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And when I logged in to check the Wi-Fi connections, the Wi-Fi connection to her room was called Crazy Plant Lady. So I don't think she heard me, But but the fact that she was so self-aware took her so. I don't know. Is it scary?
I
I didn't say
wonder.
it loud. I didn't say it out loud. I'm certain she didn't hear because I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
bro, like I was whispering and like there was double
Mm-hmm.
doors and everything.
And your voice
Uh,
sometimes, like even when you're talking loud, it's hard to hear because it's so bassy.
yeah. So I was like, bro, look at this crazy plant lady. She's so cool. I want to have plants because of her. But she was so self-aware that I checked. So I'm like, yeah, because I peeked into her room a little bit. Maybe people do that to me, and I get scared. Living in the first floor. I feel like
Right?
there's like privacy's kind of scarce down there.
Oh, oh,
You
God.
never know.
You
You
never
never know.
know. You never know.
Never
Somebody
know.
wrote about a story called An Egg, which kind of made me want to look it up.
I don't know what that story is about, but it's called An Egg. I want to read it. It doesn't matter what's in it. We need
Okay,
to read
An
it.
Egg Creepypasta.
What
Are
the
you
heck?
ready
I'm ready.
for
Keep
this?
going.
Oh, it's only about 4 minutes. If you want to, here, I DM'd it to you. If you
Okay,
want to
okay.
do the honors.
Let me see.
Oh, I've read this one before. I think you may have had as well.
I
I
haven't.
think no. Okay, then
I
you have to
haven't.
read it. I want to see your reaction.
Okay. You
I
want to
know
read
this
it?
one. No. Well, what do you think is better? Do you want to read it and react, or do you want me to read it to you so you react?
I'm selfish. I love your voice, Nina. I want to
All
hear
right.
more of your voice. I'm tired of my voice.
All right.
Okay. This is for you, honey bunnies and sicklings. Listen up.
It was a car accident. Nothing particularly remarkable, but fatal nonetheless. You left behind a wife and 2 children. It was a painless death. The EMTs tried their best to save you, but to no avail. Your body was so utterly shattered, you were better off. Trust me. And that's when you met me. What? What happened? You asked. Where am I? You died, I said matter of factly. No point mincing words. There was a truck and it was skidding. Yep, I said. I I died? Yep, but don't feel bad about it. Everybody dies, I said. You looked around. There was nothingness. Just you and me. What is this place? You asked. Is this the afterlife? More or less, I said. Are are you God? You asked. Yep, I replied. I'm God. My kids, my wife, you said. What about them? Will they be all right? That's what I like to see, I said. You just died, and your main concern is for your family. That's some good stuff right there. You looked at me with fascination. To you, I didn't look like God. I just looked like some man, some vague authority figure, more of a grammar school teacher than the Almighty. Don't worry, I said. They'll be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They didn't have time to grow to contempt for you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will be secretly relieved. To be fair, your marriage was falling apart. If it's any consolation, she'll
Oh
feel
no.
very guilty for feeling relieved. Oh, you said. So what happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something? Neither, I said. You'll be reincarnated. Ah, you said. So the Hindus were right? All the religions are right in their own way, I said. Walk with me. You followed along as we strolled into the void. Where are we going? Nowhere in particular, I said. It's just nice to walk while we talk.
God is so chill.
I know, right? So, what's the point then? You asked. Oh, hold on. I lost. Blah, 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 blah.
It's okay.
It's because this website bumped an ad to me and then it like made me
Oh
lose
yeah,
my.
it pushed you all the way back up.
Yeah.
So let me ask, what's the point then, Nina?
What's the point then? Yeah.
What's
So
the
what's the
point then?
point? Okay, wait. I thought. Sorry, everybody. Oh,
It's
so
okay.
what's the point then? You asked. When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby. So all my experiences and everything I did in this life, it won't matter. Not so, I said. You have within you all the knowledge and experiences of all your past life. You just don't remember them right now. I stopped walking and took you by the shoulders. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you could possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences it had. You've been a human for the last 34 years, so you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for longer, you'd start remembering everything. But there's no point doing that between each life. How many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots
Oh
and
my
lots,
goodness.
and into lots of different lives, I said. This time
Oh my
around,
goodness.
you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. Wait, what? You stammered. You're sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically. Time, as you know it, only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where do you come
Oh my
from?
god, this
You
fucking
pondered.
story.
Oh, sure, I explained. I come from somewhere else. And there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but you honestly won't understand. Oh, you said, a little let down. Well, wait. If I get reincarnated to other places in time, could I have interacted with myself at some point?
Ooh.
Sure, happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own time span, you don't even know it's happening. So, what's the point of it all? Seriously? I asked. Seriously? You're asking me for the meaning of life? Isn't that a little stereotypical? Well, it's a reasonable question, you persisted. I looked into your eye. The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe, is for you to mature. Oh my God, it happened again. The ad.
It's okay.
No, wait. You mean mankind? You want us to mature? No, just you.
Just
I
you.
made this whole universe for you. With each new life, you grow and mature and become a larger and greater intellect. Just me? What about everyone else?
Oh my
There is
god.
no everyone else, I said. In this universe, there's just you and me. You stared blankly at me. But all the people on Earth, all you, different incarnations of you. Wait,
Oh my god.
I'm everyone? Now you're getting it, I said with a congratulatory slap on the back.
Holy fucking
I'm
god.
every human who ever lived or who will ever live. Yeah. I'm Abraham Lincoln. Hold on. It's adding for me. I'm
It's okay.
Abraham Lincoln and you're John Wilkes Booth too, I added. I'm Hitler? You said appalled. And you're the millions he killed.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
Jesus? And you're everyone who followed him. You fell silent. Every time you victimize someone, I said, you are victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment you've experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you. Why? You asked me. Why do all this? Because someday you will become like me. Because that's what you are. You are one of my kind. You're my child. Whoa, you said incredulous. You mean I'm God? No, not yet. You're a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you will have grown enough to be born. So, the whole universe, you said, it's just an egg
An
of
egg.
sorts, I answered. Now it's time for you to move on to your next life. And with that, I sent you on your way.
Oh my god.
You've heard this
This
before,
is
no?
so fucking cool. No, I
This is, oh my
haven't.
God, I have seen this story. I
Oh
feel like this
my
story was
god.
everywhere.
Oh my
She said
goodness.
the thing.
Guys, I'm Nina Kosaka, everybody.
And I am Hex Haywire.
That is insane.
And I'm
That's
also
insane.
Jesus. This said this, and I quote, and I'm Abraham
Yeah.
Lincoln.
And we're everybody.
Mhm.
That's so cool.
I
Imagine
can't
that actually
believe
happened.
you've never heard this.
I've never heard this one. I've never heard this one.
I have a confession.
Tell me.
When I first heard this story, it was from one of my mom's friends.
Mhm.
And my mom's friend is really religious. And they were like, this is the truth of the universe. And I believe them. And then later, when I started doing my research, I was like, oh my God, it's one of those like urban legends.
You found the meaning of life in a creepypasta. Oh my god.
But it's written very like, the reason I gave it such a comedian voice, I feel this is written in a very like Adam Sandler-y kind of like, you know? Like, I just feel like the interactions between God and this guy are very much like, hey, yeah, like, you know. But maybe that's just the way I see it. Maybe if you would have read it, you would have read it differently. Wait, am I muted? Are you muted? Hello? Oh, I think, hold on, my Discord. Discorded. Hello?
There you go.
My Discord sometimes does this weird thing where it just like dies.
Oh yeah, you sound like you're underwater a little bit.
Wait, still?
I think you're good for me.
Okay, I'm good. Good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think maybe my internet. What did you say after I said like the reason I read it that way is because it sounded very like Adam Sandler-y, very 2000s comedy in my head. How do
I
you
said,
feel?
Like, yeah, I think I read it that way too. It kind of reminded me of that Adam Sandler movie Click, where he like has
the remote. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
It-
like that vibe, you know, where God is talking to me. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
buddy, how's it going?"
Yeah,
You know?
where God's kind of like your funny friend, like on Friends, you know? He's like
Yeah,
Chandler or whatever, or Joey.
Yeah.
No, he's
Yeah,
Chandler. He's like the
exactly.
sarcastic guy kind of. He's like, you know, this is how
You'll
things
be
are.
fine. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Your wife hated you, by the way, my guy. Like, ugh, you know, it's a good
Wait,
thing you
so
got out of that one.
His wife, he was fucking himself, and then his wife gave birth to himself too.
Okay. In his defense, I think because he's like, I think it's deeper than that. It's not like, what is it called when like, it's a trope where like you have sex with your.
Oh no, you're muting. Hello.
Wait, for real? Hello? It's a trope.
Yeah.
Don't worry about where it's a trope. Don't worry about it on the internet, in certain areas of the internet. But I think in this case, like, it's different because he's having a completely different experience, right? It's like when you're playing with Barbies. Just because you control both Barbies doesn't mean that, like, you know? Okay, wait a second. I'm just going to call Hex. I don't know why this is cutting out. I'm just going to call Hex on Discord. I don't know why my Discord's doing this. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. I don't know if it's like my internet being weird. Hello?
No.
Okay, I'm just going to call you because I feel like Discord just keeps being stinky for me.
I think this is perfect. It's no worries.
right,
Please.
all right.
My name is Hex for a reason, man. You
Mhm.
collab with Hex, you got Hex a little bit here and there, you know? Just
Yeah.
part of the show.
It's like you get jinxed, but here it's you get hexed. Sorry for that.
True.
Where were
Actually,
we?
Interesting. Jinx is like the girl version of me.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
Except
really
you
cool.
you don't blow up buildings and people.
No, I don't. I help people and I blow them up internally, I guess.
I
don't know
can't
what that
believe
means.
you've never heard that. That was like
The egg
that's actually
story?
one of those stories that I feel I've like has been everywhere in the mid 2000s.
Yeah. I get you.
Kind of
Okay, so
glad.
this
Oh my
is
god.
I think this was the reason why I was like into 2009, 2010 creepypastas because by that time, by 2013, I was entering my gamer arc, you know, and I was like a hard gamer and I wasn't really online. I just only went to, you know, to play games. Yeah, I was only online to play games.
Ooh.
So maybe that's why. Maybe I missed out like 2-3 weeks, you know, where I was really blowing up for a little bit.
Maybe. Maybe. I feel like back then things were blowing up much slower. Things would blow up slower and they would stay popular much longer.
True. And now with
Mm-hmm.
everything, even my attention span has just gone down
Oh
because of
yeah.
everything.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
How'd you like the story though? It's good, huh?
I fucking loved it. Why don't we start a new religion called the egg?
The egg.
Just you and me. Egg.
I feel like Finana would want to join. She's very famous for her
Oh
egg stories.
yeah, I know the egg story. The
Mhm.
moment you mentioned the egg story, I was like,
Oh,
wait a minute, are you
oh.
gonna show me clips?
All right. So
What do you
here we
mean by
see
that?
Miss Finana in her natural habitat.
I know. I can't wait for the new boys to figure out what the egg story is
I
as
love
well.
that. I feel like now that NIJISANJI's been around longer and longer, like it's gonna be harder and harder to know everything. And I think I've
Mm,
talked about it when Luna was debuting, and I've talked about it like almost every wave of like, hey, please don't judge people harshly if they don't know every single meme of every single NIJISANJI liver ever. Because even as a
mm,
liver, I don't know all the memes and all the stories. And for them, they're coming into it's easier for me to know the stories and the memes because I've experienced a lot of them. But
true. Yeah.
the longer it takes you to get in, the more lore there is, the more history, the more
True.
everything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's not something you learn in a day.
Mm-mm-mm. Trying to think if I have any other creepy story. Oh, I actually have an egg
Yeah.
story myself. Not the kind of egg you're all thinking about.
Okay.
Um,
What is this? Where is this going? Tell me.
this was one of the first stories I was gonna tell you about, and then I was like, let's read something. So
Okay.
my mom is extremely superstitious,
Okay.
and when I was younger, I would do really well and excel in things, and then I kind of I don't want to get too much into it, but basically, I left university, and my mother was convinced that I had some curse on me,
Mm,
and she did think that there was a curse, and she always told me that there was a curse on like the male side of the family.
mm.
And this is a spoiler alert. I don't believe in this curse, and even if I did, bloodline ends with me,
You
so it
don't
doesn't
believe in
matter.
the hex?
No,
Oh my goodness.
and the
But you're
bloodline ends
talking
with
to
me.
him right now.
I know, I know.
Okay.
So
Let's go.
my mom said that like ages ago, she believes that like there was a curse on my father's side of the family because that's what some lady told her. And I mean, I guess my father had a sibling. My father's sibling got killed in the army before having kids.
Mm,
My father only had me. My father was in a wheelchair until the day that he died. And my father's father actually also like ended up getting like my father's father lived a very long life, but he also basically the woman who's still alive is the woman of that side of the family, right? Like my father's mother. Which again, whether you believe it or not, and my mom has been obsessed with this idea of like a family curse or
mm.
wait, the mute curse is back. I wonder if it's just my internet cutting out.
It does a little bit, but I think you're back right now. You think you're okay?
How
I
much of
can
the
hear it.
story was cut out, everybody?
Absolutely. For me, I heard
Yeah, you heard
95% of it.
everything, but then for them, should I backtrack the story just a little
Go
bit?
backtrack it, please.
Okay.
It's
I'm
a
just they're
worthwhile
saying it's
story.
only 1 second. It's fine. I think if it's 1 second, it's fine. So basically, my mother was convinced that there was just before the military. So basically, my father had a brother in the military who got, like young, strapping man, tall, beautiful, got killed in the army before ever having kids. My father had one child. It's a daughter, not exactly, uh, you know, not exactly a man to carry on the family name. And basically, the only person that's alive on my father's side of the family is his mother. So, again, if you believe in this. So, at one point, my mom really believed in curses and she really believed in like that if people can send you the evil eye. So, my mother was actually really against me doing any kind of content creation online because oh my God, if I'm getting cutting off at the same part, I think maybe it's like ghosts and stuff. Hello? Hex. Okay, now you're muting. What the heck? Hello?
Hi, Tina.
Oh my
Hi.
God, it's a
Yeah, you
curse. It's
were.
actually a real curse now.
It
What
is
the heck?
cursed. I swear, it's me.
I promise. I curse these streams sometimes. I don't know what it is.
Actually,
no, I
so
can't hear her.
creepy. You cannot hear me? Hold on. What?
Right.
I can hear you. Wait. Let me replug everything really quickly, just in case. Just in case, like, something. How creepy! This is why I don't talk about ghosts. Okay, this is why I don't talk about ghosts and stuff. What the heck?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Hi, Mom.
How creepy. Okay, I replugged and
Isn't
unplugged
it
everything.
creepy? I
This is
swear, I do
why
this all
I
the time.
don't like to talk about ghost stuff, because I feel like creepy stuff
hear
happens when
you.
you talk about ghosts.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Ah, what the heck? Okay.
What the heck's?
Okay. What the heck's? Okay, okay,
What the
okay.
heck's, baby?
That
Okay,
is
okay, okay.
That is actually kind of cursed. What the heck?
It is. Yeah, it is cursed.
So, uh, okay. My mom really believed that, like, in curses, she believed in the evil eye. And she even believed that, like, when I was getting into content creation, that I shouldn't be doing this because I might get a lot of jealousy and the evil eye. And
Mhm.
that it's something that, like, I have to protect myself against, because people will be envious of what I have. People will try to take me down, like, that kind of stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, years ago, like, we're talking like maybe 20 years ago,
Okay.
I decided to drop out of university. And my mother was convinced that, like, it was not my decision. It was, I just got too much evil energy or the evil eye, and that's why I decided, like, there's no way, I would want to drop out of university unless,
Yeah. Something happened. Yeah.
So she would bring me to this lady, okay?
Okay.
Bring me to this lady.
Interesting.
And basically, this lady's job was to, like, check for curses and remove them. And the way that she did it is she took an actual egg, a raw egg, and she rubbed it on my body. And, like, when I say rub, like, not in a, obviously not in a sexy way, but, like, it was, I felt the egg on my body, where I'd have to wear, like, loose fitting clothing so she could, and I was wearing clothes, but she would, like, rub it throughout my shirt. And she would
Okay.
basically, like, start from the top of my head and, like, roll it around, and then, like, go to my face and then go down all the way. And when she would be doing this, she would yawn a lot. And something I did hear, like, I have some friends who say that they're, maybe psychics. I have some other friends that have claimed to be mediums. Whether you believe it or not, it's none of my business. I personally, I don't really believe in that kind of thing. Although
Mhm.
I've said it on stream, I think Enna is psychic. Enna has said things sometimes that were so crazy. Like, I genuinely think God speaks to Enna.
Oh my
Like, I'm
goodness.
serious. Anyway,
Oh my goodness.
so this lady, she was yawning, and apparently, like, yawning, a lot of people will say it's kind of like when energy is released, or, like, when you're getting, like, too much
Okay.
energy, you yawn to release it. So she was basically rubbing this egg on me, and she was yawning a lot. And then she would crack the egg in a cup, and then sometimes she would, like, boil wax
I'm
and, like,
yawning right now.
yeah.
Oh no.
Eggs!
I'm being
Oh my
serious.
God!
No, okay.
Anyway,
No. Okay.
and basically she would then, like, and at first she was like, okay, I do think you have, like, the evil eye here and there, but then she removed it. And basically my mom was, like, telling her, she's like, look, I am so worried, nah. And this lady, which is one of the reasons I respect this lady for real, even if, I don't really believe in the stuff that she's doing, is at one
Yeah.
point she sat my mother down, just like, look, the only curse this girl has is you being overbearing.
No,
You need
she
to
said that to your
chill.
mom.
Yeah, who was the paying customer,
Oh my
right?
God,
She's
okay,
like,
yeah.
you need to chill. Like, this girl is naturally, like, she's like, positive, she's exciting. It keeps her, like, kind of protected.
Aw.
But it's the fact that you will then go and tell her that there's a curse. You will tell her that she's not safe, that this, and, like, because she loves you and trusts you, it makes her doubt herself. So this lady was like, I think the only one placing a curse on here is you, to my mom.
Oh my goodness. So she was low-key being your mom more in that
Yeah,
moment than
yeah,
your
yeah,
mother
yeah.
was.
Because my mom was
Yeah.
like extremely overbearing and extremely like
Overbearing and
which honestly
superstitious.
is I think why I have such a strong personality is because like I know how
Mm,
to like deal
a
with those
beautifully
people.
strong one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thanks. But yeah, so I actually have an egg story, and like I said, she would yawn as she like rubbed the egg, and he's muted again. Fuck, what is going on? Hello? Why does it cut
Um,
off in Discord and then it comes
I
back?
promise I'm not doing
I
this.
don't understand.
Yeah.
What if I
What was you
reset
what you said?
Discord?
Do you believe in these kinds of things?
What if I reset Discord? Do you think it would make a difference?
You could. You could press Control R and that automatically just reboots Discord for you.
I have no idea for real. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, just control R onto what? Control R. Oh, it's rebooting. I've never done that before. Control R? It's almost like the egg is trying to silence me. Hello?
Isn't that a cool
Okay.
trick?
You've
Control R.
taught me so much. What the heck? Okay,
Yeah,
do
just a
you
quick reboot.
believe in like the evil eye or the curse or
I do
anything like
believe in
that?
some of them. I do believe in the negative and positive energy thing for sure. I think you reap what you sow for sure.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And I think that when the whatever it may be, psychic, shaman, when she said that your mom was being overbearing, in that moment perhaps, I think that there was some veracity and truth to that. Because if you being so positive and you're such a positive spirit, I think that you can dispel a lot of bad things that come your way, just by looking at the positives. Yeah.
Oh, it's. But yeah, I have
More
that egg
stories?
story.
More
Yeah, I have
stories?
my stories. I'm thinking, but yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
like I said, I don't really, even though I don't really believe, or I do believe,
Mhm.
I don't F with it. You know, I don't screw with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't F with it. I don't poke the
Yeah,
bear.
Same, same,
Whether
same,
it's
same.
real or not, like, two things are for sure. Either it's real, so why would I poke the bear? Or it's fake, so why would I waste my energy poking the bear?
Exactly. I
You
agree.
know?
And this is why everybody, I know I joke about horror stuff, but I'm like
Mhm.
Nina in the sense that I will only touch like cursed objects or something like that in like phasmophobia. I will not fuck with them in real life,
Never. If somebody's like, this
Yeah.
is cursed, nope.
But okay,
You F
well,
around, find
have a
out.
good time.
Yeah. And even like I said, even the whole like family curse, no. It's like
True, true.
it could just be, like that's just yeah, things happen like that. Doesn't mean that it's
Yeah,
and yeah. Oh.
I agree. I need to hear more stories from you now. Do you have
Yeah.
any more stories like
I'm
that?
thinking. I think you should read one and then I'll think while
Okay,
and then see if
sure.
I'm
That
trying to
makes sense.
it's
Let me
hard
think of
sometimes to
a.
like come up with I actually so I am I'm more scared of people than I am of ghosts.
That's so understandable. That's really
Like
understandable,
I feel in
honestly.
most cases if a ghost is really there, like they don't typically really F with you, right? Like they don't really
No,
poke you, they don't F with you. Like I
they
just don't
don't.
believe that some random witch somewhere is like, I'm gonna, curse Nina Kosaka. But a person? Ooh. People
Yeah,
are the real villain.
people have. Yeah, they can really
Mhm.
do a lot of damage. I feel you. I feel you for sure.
And I think the closer people are in your okay, I'm sorry, this is gonna be a little this is me being like the real demon is us. I think sometimes the closer people are in your life, the more they hurt you. And the example is yeah, if somebody right now would be like, Nina, you suck, right? But then
Hmm.
Hex, right? For example, you and I have been talking a lot, we're friends,
Yeah,
we get along well. If
mhm.
at one point like you told me that would
That
really hurt.
hurts. That would really
Yeah,
sting.
yeah. Because
Yeah,
it's like you know me and you know my stuff. And that's why I feel
yeah,
like when people know you and they know your pain and your weakness, that's when it hurts
exactly.
more.
I think so too. Yeah, I think it's true when they say that the love and trust that you give somebody is directly proportionate to the power you give
Yeah, how much they can
to
hurt
them
you.
to hurt
Hmm.
you. Yeah, yeah. And everyone, it sucks, but your loved ones just hurt you in the end, when either you perish before them or they perish before you. But I think that's why it's good to take things in the moment and really just figure out who you can trust and push forward from there and really just take a leap of faith. But it's true. Humans are scary, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
They really be scary.
They are. They are. I want to hear a story from you if you want to read one of these. I've noticed some of these are very, very long. Does
Yeah, that's what I'm
anybody know of
thinking
like a
too.
shorter story?
Yeah, even
'Cause these
Smile
are
Dog, which is a 12-minute. So when it says it's like a 12-minute read, it's
it's a
like
little
12 minutes
longer.
in your head, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. It's a little longer when
Yeah,
you're reading it out loud. If
yeah.
you'd like, we can take turns. If that would
We
make it
could.
easier. As soon as your voice or anything hurts, just tag me in, coach,
Yeah. Oh,
if you
yeah. Okay,
want.
okay. Let me think. How do we do these Smile Dog ones? Okay, I'll do Smile Dog, and then I will stop just about midway, and then you can
Tag
do
me
it.
in.
But the thing with Smile Dog is it's like there's an image attached to it that like it is the entire, it's kind of like the what's the word
I
for it,
just scrolled. I've seen that before on
Yeah,
the
it's like it's the story. It's like you have to end it with the image, but I don't know if we can like put the
No,
image
I won't. But
basically.
everybody knows, you know?
Yeah. Okay, should I read it first? Let me try.
Sure.
I'm just giving you time to think of more Nina Kosaka stories that I can hear. Okay. So this one is called Smile Dog.
Mm-hmm.
I first met in person with Mary E in the summer of 2007. I had arranged with her husband of 15 years, Terrence, to see her for an interview. Mary had initially agreed since I was not a
Hold on. Maybe hello? Hello, hello, hello? Okay.
Hello?
Maybe we can I'm sorry everybody. Maybe we can cut off on the stories just because we keep cutting off.
maybe.
Maybe we should I'm sorry
So
everybody. Let's just talk instead.
you know what I want to do?
What?
I've had a few people in my chat like speaking in Russian to me, and sometimes I want to say thank you to them, Nina. But I don't know how to say thank you in Russian.
I will teach you.
Please teach me.
Спасибо.
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 Спасибо. And then you can be nice. Спасибо вам, мои дорогие. Which is thank you to you, my darlings or my dears. Спасибо вам. Oh, I think hold on. Hold on. Hex.
Hello.
Are anybody else having trouble with Discord, or is it just like, because it can be my internet, right?
I think it might just be you.
It has to be my internet just cutting out like this.
Or it could be me too. Or is it you?
I don't know. Discord is weird. Is Discord weird for anybody else? It's not the internet. Okay, Discord's been flaky. Oh, this is the worst time for it to happen when we're reading.
I know. It's okay though. It's okay.
So it's спасибо.
Spasiba, and then you said
Spasiba.
вам.
Вам,
Yeah.
мои.
Мои. Спасибо вам, мои.
Дорогие. Да. Nor. Oh no, wait. Oh my god. Hello? And you know the worst part is we were talking about this for like we were catching
We
up
were on
before the
call,
stream
yeah,
for like an
catching up.
hour and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
never cut out even once.
Yeah. Okay, so I did something different where I
Yes.
changed the server or changed the region,
Okay.
and we could only do this on call. So it's
Okay.
good that we're here. I think this might work a little bit better.
All right, let's try it. Спасибо
Спасибо
вам,
вам,
мои
мои
дорогие.
дорогие.
Oh,
So
that's good.
спасибо
Дорогие.
вам.
Mhm.
Is it дорогие? Oh no.
You got this. You got this. You got this. You got this.
No.
Дорогие.
Gie.
Дорогие.
Дорогие.
Yeah.
Спасибо вам,
Мои дорогие.
мои дорогие.
I think you can also just say "spasiba вам," which is like "thank you" to you.
Oh, spasiba, Vam. That's so sweet.
Yeah,
I love
"вам," it's
that.
kind of like if you speak Spanish, it's like "vosotros." It's like to you, like all of you, kind of.
Oh yeah, vosotros. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Vosotros. Yeah.
Okay, so
Vam.
one thing that the sicklings make fun of me for is I
Mhm.
can't roll my R's. Hello?
Can you
You
hear
don't
me?
have to rub it in. And I think the really embarrassing part is I've revealed to them that I'm half Spanish, right? Uh so they make fun of me a lot for it. And
So
I'm
wait, for
sad that I
example,
can't roll my R's.
say riba.
Riba.
Oh my god, you sound I made Mr. Do it a while back. You sound just like him.
Riba.
Bah. Oh,
Hello?
yeah. Riba. See, I have the opposite problem that like when I sing in Japanese and they have like
Mm,
rarerurero, lalelulelo. When I sing the l, I'll sing it like r. So I sound very like I sound so Russian accent when I sing in Japanese.
I get you. I get you. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
I understand, but I don't know, cause like you say this, but then your songs have been so fucking fire. Like the one with Ike was just fucking
I
ridiculous,
know.
man.
I'll
Like
get there. I'll get better at it.
it's
I will keep
fucking ridiculous.
improving.
Have
Well,
you still been singing once in a while?
I'm sick now, but I have been, and I'm gonna
Mm,
keep singing. I'm gonna
okay.
keep singing, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep learning Japanese because I wanna pass my JLPT. It's like the Japanese language proficiency. Okay, he's muted. Okay, I think Hex. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
I think this is a good
Yeah,
place to
I
cut
think
it
this
short
is. I'm
because
so sorry, everybody. I don't know what is going on.
hello.
Internet. Oh, he can't hear me anymore. I I don't know if it's my internet or if it's
Yeah.
Discord, but I'm so sorry, Hex. Okay, he can't hear me now. Hold on. Hex.
Mom,
It's the thing that I don't understand is why does it work when we jump back in and then it
I don't
stops?
know. I have no clue. It might be
Yeah.
actually Discord this time. It actually might be
Yeah,
Discord.
yeah, because there's no
Yeah.
way that like it works and then it doesn't, but then I know people are doing a collab right now in Discord and it must be working for
True.
them.
And it must be okay for them,
So
right?
maybe it's my internet. You think it could be a virus? Wait, for real? Would a virus be doing that to me? Okay, I can't hear Hex anymore. No way. Okay. Hex, can you please
Hello.
do a goodbye for me, please, to everybody,
Okay.
where they can find you,
Honey
what you're doing?
bunnies,
Hmm.
sicklings, I love you all so much. I don't want you to find me. I want you to give Nina Kosaka
No,
as much
find
love as you
him.
possibly can these next few
Find
days.
him.
That is what's going to make me happy. Um uh hello?
Hello, wait, one sec. I have to. I
Oh.
honestly, I keep like jumping in and out of call.
No,
Everybody,
it's okay, Mom. Hold on. I'm gonna send you.
yes,
Hold on. Let me do something.
it's so bad. I'm so sad, Mom. Okay, he's saying, Mom, I'm gonna send you a
Nice.
Audacity voice note. No. Just say something now.
Okay. Hello.
Okay, hello, we can hear you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Honey bunnies,
Mm-hmm.
sicklings. Mom said something about me, like where to find me. I don't give a fuck. I want you to give Nina Kosaka all the love that you can the next few days. Um, and I want you to love her and be on her streams in like priority above everything else. Please give mom all the love and all the hugs the next few days. And that's an order from me. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for having me, Nina.
Thank you,
I
Hex.
I'm
Thank
gonna fucking
you.
cry after this call,
I'm
but
so sorry.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry to this. I want you
It's
to know that I
okay.
probably will fall asleep to this specific vlog because I listen to horror stuff just to go to
Good.
sleep.
I'm so sorry we didn't get to like have anything proper. I'm sorry, everybody. We only got through
No,
3 stories because Discord.
no,
Please show
please.
Hex some love. I am so sorry we got such a short collab, Hex.
I enjoyed catching up with you,
Me
Nina. That's all that
too.
matters.
This
I'm
was
so grateful for this
awesome.
time, sicklings. Listen,
Mhm.
honey bunnies, if Nina does a gorilla Zatsu later, I'm not streaming today, so please be with her.
Yeah.
Please be with her. I leave all of my love and spirit with her. Good
I
vibes.
am gonna go. I'm gonna raid Vesalius. I'm just gonna say it again. I feel so guilty that the boys have debuted it as this is happening with me. Please show the boys all the love. I need to figure out what the heck is going on in case it is my problem because I have
It's
another
all
stream
good. And
later.
then we can meet up. We can get on a call
Yeah.
one of these days again
Yeah,
and catch up
yes,
some more.
that would be awesome. Bye,
Okay,
everybody.
okay.
Hex, thank
Bye,
you so much for
everybody.
joining me. I'm so sorry, everybody. And now it's like work. Now you're not cutting off. Or like,
I
why?
know.
Why
I know.
is
This war is fucking time, right?
Ah,
So it must be Discord then, probably.
I think. Bye, everybody. You're the best.
Bye
Thank
bye, everyone.
you.
Bye bye.